And welcome everyone to round 3 of PAFR Division 2 Season 4. We are here at Portimao for the Portuguese Grand Prix. Of course, it's also the third round of official F1 2021 Championship. We come after a really close fight in Imola last weekend between, well, Ben, who was dominating the race and is now coming out of the pit lane, till that final safety car that gave Arin the chance of final attack and finally managed to take the win with around 5 laps remaining of the race. And well, we have till now a Red Bull domination in this division, in this Season 4. Luke has won the first round at Bahrain, then we have Arin, who is our second winner at Imola last weekend. And today we come for round 3 at Portimao, another really fast track as Imola is. I mean, it's a really not hard track to overtake. We have this big long straight, long main straight, which you get a lot of slipstream out of the exit of the corner, or the final corner of the lap. So it's definitely not a hard job to overtake. If you are close enough, then you get all the DRS, all the long straight and all the slipstream. Shouldn't be hard. So we are getting into qualifying, and the first driver that's come out of the pit lane is exactly one of the Red Bulls. That is going to be Arin, our winner from last weekend at Imola. Come out to be our first driver to set a lap here at this Portuguese track, Portimao. And I have to say, I really appreciate the helmet he's using right now. I think it's really nice. But we are gonna focus now in his first flying lap. So coming into turn 1, he's gonna brake almost in the 50-meter board. He's gonna go down into 5th gear. You can also do that corner in 6th gear, but he's decided to do it in 5th gear. He's down into 2nd gear for the next corner, going a bit over the curb, getting a really good traction out of this next corner. Is he gonna go into 8th gear? No, he's gonna keep it into 7th gear. He's not gonna take too much of the curb. He's now also not gonna go too much to the outside for the next corner, just trying to keep it clean, 4 wheels on track, not trying to go too much wide in the whole of his lap. There's a hash there outside of the track. So Arin is now focusing just on making more of a clean lap than trying to push really hard. Just trying to keep it on the inside, which is also a really good driving style. You try to avoid making more meters. He is gonna do a... well, we already started sector 3, a bit confusing here. Down into 3rd gear, now he's gonna have to push hard, also not taking too much of the curb. Once again, it's just gonna keep it nice and clean in the inside of the track. He's gonna go full to the right, and he is gonna do a 17.5, really nice lap there by Arin. Then we have the McLaren of Ben, who has just set a 118.1, 6 tenths lower than Arin, the man who he was fighting for the win last weekend. Is now ahead of him by 6 tenths. In their first shot, we have the teammate of Arin, PAFR Luke, who is invalidated and is coming into the pit lane. SHR has also invalidated his lap. He's starting a new flying lap, but not sure if he has the fuel to finish it. Have Cappy Gilmore with a lap that definitely doesn't count. It's a 142.0. Maybe just a warm-up lap, or just simply messed up. We're gonna go on board with the Alpine driver. He's trying to deploy his heroes. Oh, and Vintage Grease now goes fastest. 4 tenths fastest than Arin. What a lap there by Vintage Grease, at least at the moment. I think, yeah, we're gonna see people go into the 116s. We already have a 117.1 there by Vintage Grease, really early on this qualifying. So I think guys, as Luke for example, will be able to defeat that time and go into the 116s. Coming here with Rhino, driving the Mercedes Vintage Grease teammate, of course, coming into the final couple of corners. He's gonna go into 5th gear. He does take a bit more of the curb than, as we remember, Arvin almost didn't take any of it. Now he is gonna come once again into the full right side of the track, and he's gonna go up into 3rd, only 1 tenth slower than Arin. But at the moment, Vintage Grease dominates, but not anymore. Happy Kilmore in the Alpine has got into 2nd fastest, 1:17.3, 2 tenths lower than Vintage Grease. So I think we don't have too many action on track right now. Drivers have just finished their flying laps. Most of them are in the pit lane or on an out lap. And well, some of them have invalidated, such as Indie Gamer, who was on a lap. But as you can see, red circuit for him means he has completely invalidated that lap. Have Happy Kilmore, who I think is on an in lap. Aaron, who is on an out lap, going quickly for his second run. He's gonna meet with Indie Gamer, who is once again off the track. Have Chromat, who I think just finished his flying lap, gone into P6. Vintage Grease is of course in the pit lane after setting the fastest lap on the session till now. Ben, I think he is on a flying lap currently. Let's go on board with him for a moment. In sector 2, he is gonna do... No, he is actually not in a flying lap. He's possibly coming in lap. He actually has managed to improve. I didn't notice that, but he's on a 1:17.6. Only 1 tenth behind Arin this time, but now he's coming into the pit lane on those 3-lap old soft tires. Of course he's one to go for some fresh rubber. Oh, and Eckert spun. Eckert has spun into the exit of the first DRS straight, and yeah, there you can see where while following his teammate. Oh, the second DRS straight, I'm sorry, it's a bit confusing. But well, the point is that Eckert crashed out of that really tricky corner. I'm not an expert of number of corners, but I think it should be around turn 5 or turn 4. It is really tricky corner to go through full throttle, so many people go around there. Unfortunately, hasn't ended well for Eckert, who's already out without being able to set a single lap time. Luke has gone second fastest, a 1:17.2. It's a Red Bull 2.4 at the moment. Now Arin goes second fastest, 1:17.1, only some thousandths of a second slower than Vintage Grease. It's really close at the moment between the top 3, top 4 I would even say, and possibly Ben will get close into the pack as well. So I think we might see a bit of a closer race than what we've seen in Bahrain and Imola, which kind of was a dominant drive by Luke in case of Bahrain. Then Ben was really dominant in Imola till, well, of course, before the safety car came out. So maybe, like we could say, in normal conditions we're gonna have a much more close race than what we've had till this point in the rest of the season. Ben is now coming out of the pit lane for what will be his second run, or not sure if maybe his last run as well. Possibly not, we still have 8 more minutes to go. Drivers still have time for 2 more runs. On board with Vintage Grease, who I think is on a flying lap right now. Wants to go and make sure he doesn't get taken away that provisional pole position Coming into sector 2, you can see those really nice hills of Portimao. Is gonna go into third gear, take the corner in sector 2. He's 1/10 slower than his previous laps, not improving at all. You'll see maybe in this final sector managed to improve a bit. Trying to go a bit over the curve there, down into third gear. Quickly into fourth gear, trying to take all the inside of the track, not using any of the outside curve out of the exit of that final corner. He's gonna put himself all the way to the right, coming into the line and managed to improve finally 1/10 and gets finally into the 116.9 for vintage race, 2/10 faster than PAFR. And we are getting some comments in the commentary box, which of course I'm really happy to answer your questions. So please go on and ask more. I'm always going to be really happy to interact with our viewers, answer all their questions, read out all their comments. Of course, well, it's respectful, I'm going to do it. So I'm going to go with the first comment of the day, which is from Gabor Savodny. Says, hey. So, well, I think that's all. Just trying to say hello to us. So hello Gabor, however you pronounce your name. I'm sorry, but I hope you're enjoying the stream till this point. I think we have a really exciting qualifying at the moment, with Vintage Greece has done a 116.9. Then we have Cappy Kilmore, who's gone up right now into second place, who is 1/10 behind, but you can see it's really close qualifying between, I would say, the top 6. So I hope you're enjoying it now and be prepared for the race, which I think we are going to have a really good one today. So thanks for being with us, Gabor, and well, enjoy the rest of the show. Juventino's just gone up into P5. Well, good luck there by the Italian driver and the Ferrari. We get another commentary, which I'm quickly gonna go for. Top guys are currently in the pit lane. We have Vintage Greece, Happy Gilmore, Arin on the pit lane. Luke is on an outlap right now, looking for his final run. We have a new commentary from Gabor, who says, I love F1. Well, I think every one of us here loves F1, mate. But, well, thanks for expressing your feelings towards this great sport, of course. We all love this really amazing sport, really exciting sport. The excitement of driving 300 kilometers per hour, really fast tracks. So yeah, and really nice that we can at least have a feeling of what it is with these video games, with this simulation in, well, F1 2021, of course. So well, we're gonna go now with PAFR Luke, who's just started his final run in qualifying. In this qualifying, looking there of taking pole position. I think it's not going to be quite easy for him, but nothing impossible. He's improved 2 times already into Sector 1. A really fast sector compared to what he's done in his previous laps. He's now going to take all the curb on the outside of the exit of that corner at the end of Sector 1 into 6th gear, now down into 2nd gear for the next corner, going really low on the gears. Coming into the hill once again, and he's gonna go now 6th, 5th gear, 3rd gear, going a bit over the curve there, almost all over the curve, I have to say. He's lost a bit of time in that sector too. He's only improving 1/10. Now he's gonna take also the curve down into 2nd gear, gonna go all the way by the outside, then take all the way by the inside, and he is gonna keep it. No, he's gonna go a bit over the curve too. He's gonna try and turn all possible into the main straight. He's not gonna go by the all the way to the right like other drivers have done, and he goes up in the first place, 3/10 faster in sector 3. Luke takes that provisional pole 2 tenths ahead of Vintage Grease, who is now coming in and out lap. Or is he coming into the pit lane? No, he is now coming into his out lap. Vintage Grease trying to retake that first place. On this session we have Happy Gilmore and Arin already on an out lap, coming into the final part of the track. There goes Happy Gilmore, who's just about to start his final run on this session. I know we are getting comments right now, but we are gonna go with those after this exciting 2 minutes of qualifying. We follow the Alpine driver, who is coming now down the hill. We have 2 drivers coming out of the pit lane. He's just gonna wait. So well, he's gonna do another warm-up lap. We have Arin, who is now just gonna start his flying lap. Final run for Arin, the other Red Bull driver, our winner from last weekend at Imola. Down into 5th gear once again into turn 1. Going a bit over the curb. Many people also spin around this part of the circuit. It is the place that saw Echo to DNF in this qualifying. Going into the end of sector 1, he's improving 65 thousandths of a second. That's not a big improvement, of course. Rhino now may have cost him a bit of time, maybe a bit of a distraction there. We'll see how his time goes into this next sector. Once again going up the hill. He's gonna go not wide at all, down into 3rd gear, and he's gonna improve 1/10. That would be enough to place him up into 3rd place, but wait, we still have this final part of the lap, which we saw Luke improve 3/10. Well, in the whole of the lap, but he improved the most in this sector, in this final sector. And Vintage Grease is out. Vintage Grease has spun at the same place Eckert has, and now here comes Arin into the line, and he's gonna go up into 3rd place. 3rd place for Arin, but we still have Happy Gilmore, who's about to start his final flying lap. Can he deny Luke from pole position today? On board with Happy Gilmore into turn 1. He is gonna go only down into 6th gear. That's what I was saying. Not necessarily you have to go down into 5th gear. He's now gonna go down into 2nd gear for the next corner. This is the corner that has already DNF 2 of the drivers. Qualifying has ended, the official timer. We just need these guys to complete their final laps. They have already started one. 22 thousandths improving in sector 1, Happy Gilmore. Of course not enough to take that pole position from Luke, who is 2/10 ahead of Vintage Grease. We come on board with Happy Gilmore, who's gonna go all the way by the inside of the hill. He's gonna go all the way by the outside this time. 3rd gear for him. And into sector 2, he's 63 thousandths lower. I think he can maybe manage to go up into 2nd place, but going into 1st, that's gonna be a really difficult job. I think Luke has this pole position on the bag. On board with the Alpine of Happy Gilmore into the final couple of corners, and Rishi, look at that. He's managed to do that lap on the medium compound of tires, put himself into P6. There goes Happy Gilmore, and managed only to get into 3rd place, just a bit ahead of Arin. It's gonna be Luke who is gonna be on pole position today. But now we'll have to keep an eye on Rishi, who is done that final lap on the medium set of tires, 117.2, and is only 4 tenths behind the leader. So let's keep an eye on this guy, looking really strong for the win of this race. Now we are gonna get to read those last comments we've got. And Gabor, is a comment from Gabor, who says, who is your favorite racer? And well, I have to ask, do you mean from real life F1, or do you mean from this division, from PAFR Division 2, I may ask? So if we are talking about real life F1, I'm a really fan of Max Verstappen. I really like his driving style. I think he's a really fast driver. So that's my opinion of real life F1. Now, if we're gonna talk about PAFR, I think wouldn't like to say that, as you know, I'm the commentator. I possibly need to keep the I need to keep the most how do you say this? I can't have any favoritism for anyone, so I'll just keep it secret. So I'll say I enjoy all of these guys when they pull out some really good strategies, good moves on track. But yeah, of course, I'm not gonna say if one of these guys is my favorite driver. So. And well, here we come into the race, and oh, the sky looks a bit dark, so we might be expecting for some rain today. Well, we never know, you know, the game is really crazy. So, yeah, you can never know what to expect about the weather, but, well, from an indicator we see the sky is really dark, so we might be getting rain in at some point in this race. I'm not totally sure, of course. Let's save it as a surprise, and well, we're gonna have a bit of a break there, wait for the drivers to plan their strategies, and we'll be back in possibly around 1 or 2 minutes. And well, I am back for the start of this race. As you can see, drivers are already in the formation lap. So we're quickly gonna go and check the strategies of the drivers out of the top 10, as I always do. We have, well, of course, reviewing the top 10, we have everyone on the soft tires, which is the tire they qualified on, except Rishi, who managed to do a really good lap on those medium tires, and a driver we have to keep an eye on him through all this race, as he's demonstrated a really good pace in qualifying by, well, managing to do that lap on the medium tires. Out of the top 10, I have to say, everyone is on the medium compound of tire except Paulo Frost on 17th place on the soft tires and Eckott in last place on the hard compound of tires. And now drivers are being set to the grid finally for the start of this Portuguese Grand Prix. Luke is just about to take his spot, the same as Vintage, where is Happy Humor as well. We'll need to wait for Eckott, so the grid is totally set to start round 3 of PAFR Season 4 Division 2. And it's lights out and away we go. I think Vintage Grease didn't get a really good start, and yeah, he hasn't got a really good start. Happy Gilmore has already got past him. No, they made a bit of contact now. Vintage Grease is spun round, and there's an accident between the McLaren and the Alfa Romeo as well. That's Ben and Goodwill, both collected in an accident in lap 1. Luke leads by 1.3 seconds already on the start of the race. Oring is at the back of Happy Gilmore. Happy Gilmore has a really good gap. What a terrible start of the race by Vintage Grease there. Arne has to go a bit wide now, and Richie is already up into 4th place with the medium tires. Well, that was a really accidented start. That was caught completely in camera. Vintage Grease contact into turn 1 with Arne and Happy Gilmore, a complete sandwich there. And then we had the accident between Ben and Goodwill as well. Luke leads 1.5 seconds ahead of Happy Gilmore. Does Happy Gilmore maybe have some damage to the car? Doesn't look like, but Luke is already pulling away almost 2 seconds in only 1 lap. Have a yellow flag on sector 3, and that is gonna be It My Dust, who's battling against Elch for 8th place of the race. Elch has already a time penalty. Eckott make it 6 places in the start on the hard tires. Eckott is already into P14 of the race. Is My Dust and Paulo Frost as well has made 8 places already in this start of the race. Eckott is now into P12. What a start by these guys. By both Haas drivers, Paulo Frost and Indie Gamer. There is Ghost Vintage Grease making his way through. Indie Gamer gets up into 10th once again. Finally, a lot of drivers ahead had to pit because of damage to the car. And Vintage Grease there will manage to retake some of the places he lost, but still this will drop really a lot of places compared to the leaders, of course. We go now on board with Iron Knight, who is trying to desperately get past Aaron. Aaron is holding now into that 3rd place of the race, but Iron Knight is just at his back there. DRS is gonna be enabled in this lap as we cross the line. Luke leads 2.1 seconds ahead of Happy Gilmore. He's completely dominating the race with only 2 laps of it. That accident, of course, of Vintage Grease, a terrible start he had, has finally helped Luke build that 2.3 second gap. Now is gonna set the fastest lap of the race. Have a yellow flag on sector 2, and that is an Aston Martin that's chromed off the track. DRS enabled now, and Aaron will have the DRS of Happy Gilmore to defend from the attack of Iron Knight, who was getting really close to him. Richie as well is holding into the DRS turn with the top well, from the train started by Happy Gilmore. I can say the top 4 because Luke is already pulling away. He's still 2.1 seconds ahead, but of course not letting Happy Gilmore have any of the DRS. Juventino now is gonna pick, I think, the first 3-second time penalty of the race. We are getting some comments in the commentary box, which I'm gonna go and quickly read. Luke sets another fastest lap of the race. Happy Gilmore already 2.4 seconds behind. Ari now has the DRS and is trying to get a bit closer. But what I have to say as well is that Portimao, oh, and Ben is out of the race. Ben is out in the final corner with Indie Gamer. I think that's gonna be a safety car. Well, that should be a safety car, I have to say, but no, it's not. It's not being a safety car for some reason, but that's a really hard crash between both drivers. I'm gonna go on more with one Max is just gonna go, and they're disappeared right now. But that looked like a really serious incident between both drivers into the final corner. And well, the comment said from Gabor once again, I'm already subscribed to see more of these, so really appreciate your subscribing to our YouTube channel. And of course we race every weekend at the same time, so you will always be welcome to our streams to watch each of our races. And then we have a comment from Wyvin Gilso, who says, hey, so well, hello to you, my friend. Welcome to PAFR Division 2, Round 3 at Portugal. Hope you are enjoying this show drivers are putting on here for us. And we are now on board with Aaron, who's getting the move done on Happy Gilmore. He's gonna go all the way by the outside and gets the move clean and done into turn 1. Great move by Aaron there, but now Happy Gilmore will have the chance to counter-attack into the next straight. But I think he's not gonna do so. Possibly he's just gonna try and sit there. What I have to say about Portimao and the safety car. Why is the safety car for? Safety car for no explainable reason. At least for me at this moment. I don't see any accident on track. Why has the safety car come out? Well, this is gonna of course invalidate or well eliminate, I will say, all the difference that have been made to this point. Luke is gonna lose all his advantage that he managed to build, and well, it's gonna be close once again. And it's a Red Bull 1-2 at this point, and well, if they want to make their stops right now, I mean, I think they have maybe the gap to do it, maybe not, but well, I think the strategy in this track may be kind of confusing. I think the correct strategy would be soft medium or soft hard, depending on what you feel more confident, to be honest. Soft medium I think is a possibility. Oh, and Luke gets a 5-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane. So, well, he's complicated himself there. Of course, this is not good for Rishi, who has to stay out on the medium tires. He can't pit for the soft because he will have to make one more stop. So, well, I think this might have just messed up with Rishi's strategy. In this race, we are gonna see the tires they are going for now. Luke and Aaron both go for the medium tires. Happy Gilmore is going for the medium tires as well. The top 4 have, well, of course, staying out. Luke is on P5. But with that 5-second time penalty, I'm not totally sure those medium tires are making it to the end of the race. And I still don't have a clue why that safety car is out. I really didn't see any accident in that when the safety car came out. I mean, the safety car should have come out when Indie Gamer and Ben crashed out in the final corner, but it didn't. Then it passed a really good amount of time before the actual safety car came out, so I don't find a logic explanation for this, but well, it is what it is. The safety car is out on track. Rishi is now leading the race, of course, without having made his stop. And then we have Eat My Dust in second place as well on the medium set of tires, 5 lap mediums from the start of the race. Then we have Eljan P3, Ekoran P4, who is on the hard compound of tires, 5 lap hard tires. Well, we keep with the safety car on track. I think it might go out in this lap if, well, if Chroma managed to catch with the pack in the next couple of seconds, I'll say. Safety car doesn't go out until, in most of the cases at least, till all the pack is close together again. We keep getting more commentaries, and of course I'm not gonna lose the opportunity to answer them while we have this safety car period. It's from Gabor again, who says, hey, possibly answering to Wybin as well. Of course, we've already met with him in the conversation a long time ago, so possibly talking there to Wybin, I guess. And yeah, safety car is gonna go out in this lap. We are gonna get racing in lap 8 of the Portuguese Grand Prix, and we'll have a bit of a mess here with Idmaidas and Ouch overtake Idmaidas, but he's given the place back. Echo's got a 5-second penalty for a severe collision with Luke. Now I'm gonna ask, does Luke have any damage there? And Rishi is gonna start pulling away at some point. We have 5-second penalty for Idmaidas for ignoring yellow flags. And all of a sudden it's got a complete mess here behind the safety car. Rishi will have to do a really good restart of the race. And there goes Rishi, really good restart. Luke is already making the place into Ouch. Just in the main straight, he's gonna go all the way down the inside. And finally gets the move done up into third. But no, Echo is now gonna counter-attack this and try and get past Luke. But I think there's no chance for him to do so. Luke stays ahead, and now he's gonna go look for the top two. Idmaidas and Rishi. Rishi, of course, is not gonna be happy at all with the safety car. Now he has older tires, not in the position he would like to be at this point. Having a battle there against Ekot. We're gonna go with Arn as well, who's now gonna try and make a move down the inside of Lee Wayne King, and he does so, managed to get past. Of course, Lee Wayne King is not gonna make any trouble for his teammate, just gonna let him pass, I guess. Well, that's not what is happening now. No, he lets him go now. There goes Happy Gilmore into P7. Now we're gonna be fighting again with Arn for position once again. Now Arn at the back of Ekot. Can he get the move done into turn 1? I think he can. He's a bit far behind. Ekot is getting a bit of a better straight line speed, I think. Luke is on the back of Idmaidas. We'll try and get the move done into the next corner. There's a big margin to dive from there. There goes Luke down the inside of Idmaidas. He's gonna get the move done, and they get making the corner, and they made a bit of contact there, but Luke gets the move done and is up into second of the race. Now it's gonna be the battle between Luke and Rishi. Of course, Luke has 6-lap-old fresher tires than Rishi has. Rishi not in the best position right now of the race. Here we go with Arin once again, who's gonna try to make the move on Ekot into the main straight. He's now on the slip rim, easily gonna get past into turn 1. There he goes. Arin makes up one more place on Ekot. Now it's gonna be Happy Gilmore's turn to do so. Doesn't seem to be matching the pace of Arin at this point. Arin seems to be going a bit faster at least in this part of the race. Ekot's got the DRS with Arin, and well, this may complicate a bit of things for Happy Gilmore, who is on his charge of trying to get past as well. Luke is already making it into second place of the race. We'll see if now he has the pace to overtake Richie. He should have. as he of course is on the fresher tires. Vintage Grease now picks a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. And there's a spinner from, I think it's the Ferrari of Juventino. And we are gonna go now with the battle for the lead of the race. Luke is getting close into Richie, 5 tenths behind, but he has no ERS right now. Richie is in much better conditions of ERS than Luke is. Luke getting a bit close there into turn 1. Is not gonna try to make the move yet. Aaron is now gonna try and get past Euch, but is not close enough. Happy Kilmer as well, not able to get past Eckert. Drivers not having so much facilities to get past here. Yellow flag on sector 3, that is the Haas of Paulo Frost. And now Luke trying to get the move done on Rishi once again, but Rishi stays ahead. Rishi stays ahead of Luke. Luke is only 1/10 behind. He has the next couple of corners, maybe try to send that surprise move on him. If not, just wait to the main straight once again. He's much closer this time. And we have an accident here. We have an accident. That's Euch's spawn. Euch is round. Luke just at the back of Rishi. 1/10 behind. I think there's nothing Rishi can really do about it. Well, he has to deploy a lot of ERS for this. Have a yellow flag and Iron Knight is out of the race. Is this gonna bring out a safety car? That may well save Rishi, but it hasn't. It hasn't come out a safety car. I think, well, in benefit of Rishi, Luke doesn't have any more ERS to deploy. But of course, Rishi doesn't have the DRS, and here comes Luke down the inside, gets the move done, and is ahead of Rishi. But we still have one more DRS straight to go in this same sector of the track. Can Rishi try and overtake Luke once again? No, he's just gonna sit there. Rishi's just gonna wait. Now the question is if he can hold into that DRS for the next couple of laps. We have to remember Luke has a 5-second time penalty for speeding in the pit lane, so I'm not totally sure Luke is gonna stop again, but minimally Rishi has to try and hold into that 5-second gap with PAFR Luke, because Rishi does have to stop later in this race. He's starting to lose a bit of pace. He is now 9/10 behind him. He's gonna lose DRS. Yes, he will. It's going now 1.0 seconds, 1.1 seconds now. Rishi has been totally taken out of DRS, but now with more ERS, can he try and retake that DRS range into the next straight, I may ask? Or is he just try and sit there, holding into that 5-second gap with PAFR Luke? Happy Gilmore now finally is gonna get past Eckert, but he's already lost a really good amount of time against Arin. It's 1.4 seconds behind. Now we'll have to see if he has the pace to catch back with him. Well, actually, Happy Gilmore is losing a bit more of time against Arin. 1.9 seconds this time. Getting closer to lose a full 2 seconds against Arin. Arin is getting close to It My Dust. He has 6-lap old 6-lap fresher tires than what It My Dust has, but still not closing too much faster, I have to say. He's saving a lot of his CRS. Happy Gilmore is doing the same. So it looks that in normal conditions, Arin has more pace than Happy Gilmore. Not really sure if maybe Gilmore has some kind of damage. Eckert will try and stick into the DRS of Happy Gilmore. And now here we go. Aaron is in DRS branch of Eat My Dust. He's gonna try and get the move done into the next straight. If possible, that would gain him a lot of time. He's already pulled away 2.5 seconds ahead of Happy Gilmore, who is still not able to take Echo away out of his DRS range. The gap between the leaders keeps extending slowly, but it still does so. 1.9 is the gap between 2.2 seconds now, the gap between Luke and Rishi. Oh, and Rishi now picks a 3-second time penalty, which is not good at all. Now we'll have to deal with Luke's penalty as well. Has a 5-second time penalty, but he'll get that one removed if he has to make his stop again. He stops again, he'll get the penalty removed. If not, well, he'll just hold it to the end of the race, but well, nothing to do with Rishi's 3-second time penalty. And Aaron is trying to get past Eat My Dust. Can he get the move done by the next corner? Yes, he's trying to send the move down the inside, but who's gonna have the DRS? It's gonna be Eat My Dust who gets the DRS now, but not able to do anything more against Aaron. Is just gonna sit there behind and maybe try and hold into the DRS. Well, I think it's a bit of a calm moment of the race and not much battles to see on track. As you can see, the gap between Luke and Rishi is almost 3 seconds now. Luke showing way much more pace than what Rishi can do at the moment. Aaron is 4.8 seconds behind. He may start to get closer into Rishi in the next couple of laps with those 6-lap-old fresher tires. We have Happy Gilmore who is getting closer into Eat My Dust as well, and well, Rishi will have to pit at some point. He wants to do one stop, then well, he'll have to extend those tires a couple more of laps, maybe into lap 20, make 13 laps on the softs. Could well be a possibility. Have Eckert, who is still sticking into Happy Gilmore's DRS. A really good job there by Eckert on the older tires, and well, also this lower compound of tires, managing to stick into Happy Gilmore's DRS on fresher and faster compound of tires. There he goes, 6 tenths behind, defending as well from Rhino, who has fresh tires too. CHR gets past Womax, I think. Womax is on the fresh, no, he's on old soft tires. 14 lap old soft, so he should be coming into the pit then at some point. And well, I think that's the proof that you can make a one stop here. If you make 14 laps on those soft, then of course you can make the rest of the race on the medium tires. Well, this time finally Eckert has lost the DRS to Happy Gilmore, and now this is gonna allow Rhino to send an attack on Echo. He's on this slip through now. Echo trying to weave a bit on the straight, but I think there's nothing he can do. Rhino is past. Rhino into 6th place of the race. Now Rhino will gonna go and try to get past Happy Gilmore, maybe. Happy Gilmore not showing any pace. I don't know what's happened to this guy, but since the safety car restart, his pace has totally disappeared. Not sure if maybe he's got any kind of damage, and that's what I was thinking about. Because I don't found any other explanation why is he going so slow. I don't think that there was really that kind of gap with Arin, which I think he got it. Yeah, Happy Gilmore started the race on P3, Arin on P4. Happy Gilmore of course had more quality pace, but well, or he simply doesn't have really good race pace at all, or he has some damage. Arin is also closing slowly the gap into Rishi. He's 3.9 seconds now behind. Rishi's lost a lot of pace against Luke. He's 4.1 seconds, still keeping into that 5-second gap. So if he pits now, if both drivers pit, it's still gonna be Rishi who's gonna be ahead due to the 5-second time penalty of Luke. But I think Rishi can't yet pit. He will have to wait a bit more, 2 more laps at least. We've seen what Womack has done, extending those tires really long. So Rishi would have to do a bit more of work with those medium tires if he wants to have good soft tires by the end of the race. Yellow flag on sector 2. What is it this time? It is Echo. Unfortunately, it's in the gravel. No. It's been a really good race to this point, and now he is off the track and spawn round. On board with Chromat now. This is the battle for 11th place of the race against Lee Wayne King. Chromat is on 5 lap fresher tires than him. Possibly should get the move done into the main straight. Shockwave gets a 10-second time penalty for exceeded track limits, and he's off the track now. What happened there? I hope this doesn't not bring a safety car. Oh no. Okay, and this has completely changed the race once again, and this may put Rishi in contention. May well be. Safety car is out on track. Some drivers are already making their stops. I think they should wait 1 more lap to have the fresher tires. Have to remember that Luke is a lap ahead of the safety car, so he is yet to catch with it. So they are allowed to overtake the safety car till Luke finally catches him and well, get 1 lap fresher of tires if they pit 1 lap later. So no really a hurry to pit, I think. We're getting our 4th DNF of the race from Shockwave. This is gonna allow, for example, Paulo for us to catch back. He's really far behind in this race. Almost to get lapped, but thankfully he didn't by a minimal margin of time. He's coming into the pit lane now. I think he could have well waited 1 more lap, but of course Luke is gonna come in, serve that 5-second time penalty. Here comes Rishi as well. I think Rishi is gonna be ahead, or should be ahead at least, unless that Luke has played a really good pit lane entry here. Of course they're gonna switch for the soft tires for the end of the race. No, Luke has gone for the medium tires. There goes Rishi, and he's gonna be just ahead of Luke by almost nothing. Luke is playing the safe game, trying to go on the medium tires. Now, well, in case Happy Gilmore had any damage, he's now getting it fixed. And he's out on medium tires as well. Aaron is on medium tires as well. Rhino has gone for the soft tires. This kind of well complicates the 3 drivers ahead on the medium tires. And well, Womack has demonstrated that those softs can last to the end of the race. He made more than 14 laps on those soft tires, and we have only 13 more laps of racing, which 2 of them possibly are going to be under safety car, which will save the tires as well. And we're gonna have to wait some couple of time here, because you can see Paulo Frost is really far behind from the pack. So I'm not even sure if we're gonna have maybe even one more lap of safety car. We're starting lap 22, and well, I thought maybe the safety car would go out on this lap, but it actually may just stay for one more lap, as Paulo Frost is really far behind. So yeah, I think we are gonna get racing once again in lap 24. So we have a bit of a long break here. We have, of course, Euch, who is catching 2, currently on P15, and well, 2 more drivers to catch with the safety car. Euch is well gonna do really soon. Not gonna take a big amount of time for him to do so. He's already getting close. But by the opposite, Paulo Frost is possibly just gonna get catched by maybe the end of the lap. So I'm not really sure. Maybe we get racing on this lap, but we are gonna have this or one more lap of safety car. So if we get one more lap of safety car, we're gonna have exactly 10 more laps of racing. But I think, well, Paulo Frost can make it and catch the pack in this same lap. Well, I don't think it's possible anymore, as Richie is already coming into the final part of the track on the safety car train, so we should have one more lap of safety car till Paulo Frost catches the pack. And well, he has finally done so. He's finally catch the safety car pack. And well, we are gonna have this boring lap of waiting for the safety car to go out. He's catch really early in lap 23. We're gonna have exactly 10 more laps of racing where anything can happen. Of course, this has helped the soft runners keep their tires and not to put much degradation into them in this safety car period, so this would really play in their favor in that final part of the race. Now Richie needs a 3-second gap to Luke if he wants to win the race, which he can well do on those soft tires. I think Luke has demonstrated a bit more of pace in the race. We also have to have in consideration that most part of the race he's been driving with much fresher tires than than Richie has, so we'll finally find out who is the faster driver in this race, in this final couple of 10 laps. Safety car in this lap. Richie is starting to back everyone up, and we'll see when he will decide to go. Is he gonna wait to the line? Is he gonna go right now? Still warming up his tires. When is Richie gonna decide to go? And he goes into the line now. Richie goes in the line, and we are gonna have to go on board with Goodwill, who is on the inside of Rhino. He's getting past into turn 1. Gets the move done. Now Goodwill on the soft compound of tires is gonna go and look for Happy Gilmore, who has already done so. He's already up into 4th place. What a restart by Goodwill there. Richie, by the way, is already pulling 6 tenths ahead of PAFR Luke. He should try and get rid of that second gap. He is now 8 tenths ahead of PAFR Luke. This strategy may be what could give Richie the win today. Goodwill will now be on the attack. Will now try and go and attack the 2 Red Bull drivers on the medium compound of tires. Rhino is not being able to get past Happy Gilmore at the moment. He's losing, despite he's lost a bit of time with him. We get more comments, which we are gonna read after this lap, I think, which we still have to keep focusing on. Richie, who is 8 tenths, almost 8 tenths ahead of Luke. Luke is trying to push as hard as he can. Richie not even trying to push right now. He sets the fastest lap still. Luke needs to do everything now to stay in Richie's DRS range by next lap, when DRS will be enabled. Aaron has already dropped 1 second to his teammate. Goodwill, by the way, is not being able to make any more progress into the Red Bulls. Luke 6 tenths behind from Richie, 7 tenths behind now. What a really exciting part of the race, and we have a yellow flag now. That is an accident between a Ferrari and an AlphaTauri. That's a CHR and Womax, both in an accident at the start of sector 2. And Richie is not being able to pull away from Luke, but Luke, of course, has used much more ERS than Richie has. Luke has already ran out of ERS. Richie is now starting to push a bit. 7 tenths ahead of Richie, 8 tenths ahead of Luke, I'm sorry. 9 tenths now. Can he pull away that second gap before the first DRS zone? 9 tenths right now. He needs, and yes he does, 1 second gap from Richie to Luke. But Luke will not give up. Luke is still trying to push. He's back into the DRS range by just a minimal margin. Has he got it? Has he managed to keep close into it? No, he hasn't. He's 1.0 seconds, just a bit behind. And he's not gonna be getting DRS into the next straight. And now he picks a 3-second time penalty, which puts the 2 leaders in equal conditions. Luke gave it absolutely everything there. And finally didn't work. And he's picked up penalty to Richie, who is now also has to use a really good amount of his ERS to pull away from Luke as well. 1.3 seconds is the gap between the 2 leaders. Aaron, as well as it stands now, could well win the race. He could be the winner once again. But it's gonna be quite difficult, as Richie and Luke, I think, are showing more pace than him. Aaron is keep losing pace into his teammate, keep looking time into his teammate. 2.1 is the gap now, 2.2. So it's going to be quite difficult for Aaron to win again, unless we have another safety car maybe in the next couple of laps. And well, Rhino finally never managed to get past Happy Gilmore, which he's going to try and do now. Yeah, on the soft tire, of course, now if DRS enable, gets easily be moved on into turn 1. But does Rhino have the pace now to go and catch the medium runners? I don't think so. He would have demonstrated that much time ago before, so, and he didn't, so we will on board with Eat My Dust, who is trying to get past Happy Gilmore now. Has a similar amount of ERS, but of course the faster component of tires. Finally, the soft runners have picked the correct strategy today with that final safety car. Now is Eat My Dust gonna send the dive down the inside? And no, he's not. He's of course gonna wait. Yeah, no reason to send it there. With the big DRS straight, he has now to attack Happy Gilmore. He's made a bit of a mistake, I think, out of the exit of the corner. Yeah, he's lost a bit of time to Happy Gilmore, but still has the faster compound of tires, has the DRS now, but Happy Gilmore is also pushing as hard as he can, so he's not gonna get the move done into the straight. Goodwill has now lost the pace against the two Red Bulls. Finally wasn't able to put a challenge to them. Eat My Dust still on the back of Happy Gilmore, who both of them are deploying a lot of ERS. Happy Gilmore did everything that he could to defend. He still has a time penalty, so it's not really gonna change that much, but he still is trying to keep the position on track. But Eat My Dust will now have the DRS into the main straight and possibly gonna get easily past. There goes by the outside, Eat My Dust, easy move, gets past Happy Gilmore, and Juventino is out, but he's out in the pit lane, so no safety car is gonna come out because of this. We have then 25% of the grid DNF in this race. Five more laps to go. The gap between the leaders is 1.6. Now, the only thing that could save Luke is that, of course, Richie start dying by this final 5 laps of the race, which could well happen. He's not being able to pull up a really big gap against Luke to this point, so we're gonna have a really exciting end of the race, or we may have a really exciting end of this race. Obviously, it's a battle between the top two. Aaron has nothing to do here. He's quickly losing time against Luke and Rishi, so I think this is gonna be definitely our top 3 today. And hey, look at Echoes, he's doing a really good recovery drive here, fighting against Happy Gilmore for 7th place of the race. He may even get a bit higher in this race if, well, because of Goodwill's penalty, might finish the race in a 6th place. But it's been a really good recovery drive from him, starting from last, already up into 7th place of the race. And well, why not try and catch something more? Maybe a P6 if, well, he managed to catch Goodwill, who has a 6-second time penalty for, so yeah, he's now getting that P6 on this race. Oh, and in the lead of the race, Rishi is starting to drop the pace. Now, Luke is back into DRS range, 8-lap-old softs for Richie, 8-lap-old mediums for Luke. The battle for the win is open once again, and as I was saying, this end of the race could well be exciting, and it is exciting. Richie versus Luke, faster tires versus slower tires, but of course more degraded tires versus more well-kept tires. Three more laps to go, two more main straights to go. So Luke is gonna have two realistic opportunities to get past Richie. That is gonna be in the start of lap 32 and at the start of lap 33. It's not too easy to get past into the second DRS straight, so if Luke wants to get the move, he's possibly gonna have to do it or in the main straight, or if he really has much more pace, then try to send a surprise move on Richie in some kind of corner. Richie there showing a bit of lag there, not really something really serious. And Aaron is dropping a lot of pace to the two leaders. He's 6.2 seconds behind from his teammate already. And there we go, first possible opportunity of Luke to attack. We have a yellow flag on sector 3, that is Paulo Frost once again. And Richie will survive the first of the two attacks, the two biggest attacks. Now he's gonna go for a smaller attack, of course, into the next DRS straight, which could well be also, of course it is an overtaking opportunity, but it's not too easy as I was saying, so Richie is gonna run safe into this second DRS straight. So he has survived first out of two rounds, and here we are gonna go into the final round between these two gladiators here at Portugal. Who is gonna end ahead? Of course, as I was saying, Richie has the advantage in the first part of the safety car restart, but now it's, well, Luke, the one who has the advantage on the better tires at this point. The softs are already 10 lap old, and Luke is really close. He's 3 times behind, 4 times behind now, but it will all depend how good exit does Luke get to the corner. None of them have really good amount of ERS. I think Luke hasn't got the best. He's not really close to Richie, but now he's getting a bit closer. 3 times behind. Who is gonna end ahead after turn 1? There goes final lap of the race. Who is gonna win the Portuguese Grand Prix? There goes Luke. He's gonna go all the way down the inside, and he gets the move done into turn 1. Luke is ahead, but now Richie is gonna have the chance to counter-attack into the next straight. Made a bit of contact with Luke. He's gonna try and send the dive down the inside. Is there really something Richie can do here? No, there's not. He has to back off. And it's Luke who has played perfectly into the final lap of the race, and is finally gonna take the win today at the Portuguese Grand Prix. What a drive by Luke, waiting there to the final lap, need to get the move done. But hey, Richie's gonna try to counter-attack, and Richie's in the wall! Richie's in the wall, no! Heartbreaking moment for Richie, but no, I think he can still manage to save the podium at least. Has completely the wing off. Well, that was a heartbreaking moment for the Aston Martin driver, who's now gonna, of course, be overtaken by Arin. In penalties, gonna be a Red Bull 1-2. From possible victory to a complete nightmare in less than 1 lap. And here goes Luke, who is gonna win the Portuguese Grand Prix. Great driving by Luke. Now Arin has already got past Richie. Arin is gonna take second of the race, and Richie is not gonna be even able to save the podium. Rhino is gonna take P4. Richie is not gonna be able to save a top 4. It might just take 4th by 87 thousandths of a second. Richie, heartbreaking moment at the end of the race. Red Bull 1-2, Rhino in 3rd place of the race. That is gonna be the top 3 of today, and of course we are gonna be making some interviews, so I'm gonna get them into the party chat, and of course I'm gonna read the final comments in the commentary box, which I didn't because of the excitement of the race. Oh, Rich has left the session. Well, that's gonna be all I think, really. So we're gonna focus now in the interviews, which, well, I have a bit of a tiny problem here. So and there you go. Luke wins the Portuguese Grand Prix. Gonna take the second win of the season. A really close battle against Rishi in that final lap. Then Arjen is gonna take second place. It's gonna be the first 1-2 of the season, Red Bull 1-2. And well, it's been Red Bull domination since well, all the season. It's the 3 races have been won by a Red Bull driver. And then we have Rhino, who is gonna take third of the race, gonna complete the podium. It might as well take fourth. Rishi, the heartbreaking moment for him, is gonna take P5 and at least gonna take the fastest lap of the race. Echo doing a really great fight back from P20 into P6. Also have to say it might just do the same from P16 to P4. Happy Climber on P7. Of course, wasn't the best race for him. Goodwill on P8, Elch on P9, and Chromat are gonna complete our top 10 for today. And well, I'm just gonna point out something else that is gonna be a Vintage Grease, who think it was a terrible race for him, starting on second place. Of course, wanted to go and fight for the win of the race. Think that hasn't happened because of that terrible start of the race. And well, now I'm gonna go for the interviews of this race. So yeah, that is it. Oh, I am here. Yeah. Uh, okay. Rhino, I'm won the top 3.
Okay, sent him. Yeah, I can hear you. Yeah. Might as well start with Luke then, David.
Yeah, I'm ready to start when Rhino joins, but I can get going with you guys. So
Tagged him, and I've sent him an invite.
okay, so we will now gonna get started with these post-race interviews, and of course we have our race winner here, PAFR Luke. So first of all, congratulations for that great driving once again. You showing since the start of the season that really fast pace. I think you've demonstrated to be the fastest driver of the grid in this division by what we've seen in these first 3 races of the season. So you did a really dominant drive before that first safety car came out. So what I'm gonna ask first is, we have the last safety car, and with that 5-second time penalty you had, were you gonna try to take those mediums to the end of the race, or were you gonna plan on pitting again for the soft tires at the end of the race, as you were kind of covered from Rishi that final part when he was like 4 seconds behind you before the safety car.
Yeah, the plan was sort of stick on the mediums and as far as I thought they could go. And then just before the end of the race, I was going to sort of jump onto the softs, probably 8 laps to go. But then with that safety car threw a spanner in the works, so I just didn't know if the softs had it to go that distance with the pace and keep the pace up. So we opted for the mediums.
Yeah, and well, it played really well at the end. I mean, Richie was faster in the first couple of laps, like the first 6 laps of the restart of the safety car. Then your medium started working for the final part of the race. And well, this is what allowed you to close back into Richie. So what I'm gonna ask now is, well, talk us about through those really exciting final laps against him. What was the plan? You were just gonna wait for the final lap. I mean, you didn't really have ERS. None of the two of you had. So go on and talk. What was the strategy, or just try and get him at any point you could?
Well, the plan was at the start I was going to try get him early and then just stay in front, but that didn't work out. So obviously I made a few mistakes when I was behind him. So the first sort of 6 laps after that safety car, I made a few mistakes, dropped out of that DRS zone, and then I just sort of had to get my cool back and then just drive it like I knew how to drive it, and just eventually he just came to me on that final lap, and I still nearly spun as well at the end. It was great chase down, but yeah.
Then I think this is gonna be my final question. Were you scared when you got that 3-second time penalty at the restart?
No, I wasn't scared. I thought I was gonna stick with him. It was definitely hard to stick with him for that first part, but no, I wasn't too worried about the 3-second time penalty. I knew we were on equal playing ground then, so just put a bit more excitement into it, I guess.
Okay, and yeah, it was a really exciting ending of the race. Thanks to that, it was a pure battle for the lead into, well, the final lap. So once again, congratulations for another win, your second of the season, and well, thanks for your time in the interviews.
Thanks, David.
Well, now I'm gonna go with the man on second place, which is Arin. And again, congratulations for the podium, the second place of the race, and the first 1-2 of the season for the two of you. Maybe a bit of unexpected 1-2 because of what happened in the final lap with Rishi. So I'm gonna go to the very start of the race and ask what happened in turn 1 with I think it was Happy Kilmore and of course Vintage Grease into turn 1, where it was a big sandwich there, and finally Vintage took the worst of that for his really bad start.
I think all 3 of us got a really good start, and I'm not too sure because I stayed to the inside as close as possible, and I didn't try and send it or brake too late. From my point of view, it seemed like there was a bit of a coming together on the left-hand side, so maybe the Alpine clipped Mercedes and then he spun, but I'm not entirely sure because I didn't make any contact and I couldn't move any more to the right, otherwise I would have clipped the curve. But it was unfortunate because I think Gilly certainly had the pace, and it would have been I think a 4-way battle for second place if he stayed in the mix up there.
Then I think the battle you had the hardest in the first part of the race was against Happy Kilmore. So then after the safety car, I don't know if he got damage or something, but he suddenly was going really slow. But I'm gonna focus in the final part of the race where, well, you were just sitting there waiting for something to happen ahead. Finally happened with Rishi, and you managed to take the podium. But was that it just a plan after the safety car restart, or did you actually thought you could try and close with your teammate and maybe fight for the win of the race, or you were just trying to be conservative in those final laps of the race?
I don't think I would have caught up to those two, so I just thought play it safe, get it home, and stay on the podium. I only had the one warning to my name, so I just thought if everyone else has got a penalty, all I have to do is, yeah, take it home. And unfortunately, Rishi had a moment. I'm not too sure exactly what happened, but yeah, I'll take it. Take the podium quietly, because I wasn't catching up to those two.
Okay, well, congratulations to you, Arvin, for your second place, and of course, congratulations to both of you, Luke and Arvin, for your first 1-2 of the season. And well, we'll see if you manage to get more in the future, but at least you can enjoy this first one in the round 3 of Division 2 PAFR Portugal Grand Prix. So you've demonstrated to be a very dominant team, always getting on the front rows of the qualifying in the top 5 usually, I think in the first 5 races. So congratulations to the two of you, and well, thank you, Arvin, for your time on the interviews.
Thanks, David.
And now I'm gonna go with the man on third place, who is Rhino. So congratulations on getting that podium starting from P8 of the race. And well, yeah, my question is gonna be about the safety car restart, the final safety car restart. If I'm not wrong, I think Goodwill got you into turn 1. So I want to ask exactly what kind of happened. Do you think that maybe the restart was a bit slow, or you just weren't in the best position, or you... Then, well, talk me a bit through that final part of the race where you had to fight against, well, a lot of cars to finally manage to get into that podium. So please go on. And also about your strategy on the soft tires, which, well, it's the same strategy that Rishi picked. And, well, it worked for you at least to get into the podium. Okay, well, to be honest, I think I don't have more questions. So, again, yeah, congratulations for your podium. I think it's the first of the season, so enjoy it. And, well, thank you for your time in the interviews. Okay, I think that's gonna be everything for today. So, really appreciate all our viewers. I saw we had a really good amount today. So, appreciate all of them being watching us through all this race. Also, thanks to the drivers, of course, for participating. And we'll meet back for next weekend. So, well, see you all there. Goodbye.